This short home inspection training video covers the most important parts of a basic inspection of a sectional garage door of a home that's connected to a garage door opener. And there are 10 steps, and we'll go over each step, and you can incorporate them into your inspection procedure. This procedure covers the safest processes recommended by DASMA, and that's the Door and Access Systems Manufacturers Association. And if you come across a problem with the door, stop immediately and recommend and inform the homeowners or the occupants of the potential hazard, and recommend that a trained professional, a garage door systems technician, come out and further evaluate and make the necessary repairs. Because a garage door in a home is typically the largest moving object in a house, and many of its components are under high tension. If there's a problem or a defect, that can create a hazardous situation, and it can cause a lot of injury or even death. So if you find a problem with a door, especially that one that's connected to a garage door opener, stop your inspection procedure, tell everybody, and document it, and get this fixed. All right, so let's go to step one. And step one is pretty easy. It's finding the manual release handle, and it has to be red, and it has to be a certain height. So let's scroll down this checklist. And this checklist is within one of our courses, and all of our courses are accredited and provided by the InterNACHI school to members for free, and they're all online. Step one, manual release. Begin inside the garage, have the door closed, and check for a manual release handle. It's the means by which you can manually release or detach the opener from the garage door itself. And the handle should be red and easily seen, and the handle should be accessible and no more than 6 feet above the garage floor. So I'm 6'3", it should be at my head. And the handle should not be in contact with the top of any vehicle. So let's check out this short video. There it is, manual release, red, just at my head. Step two, door panels. From inside the garage with the door fully closed, check the condition of the door panels. I like to check them as they're coming down, actually. It's a lot easier for me. Check for damage, cracking, denting, bulging, separation of the panels. Look for fatigue. The door panels should be free of any signs of cracking, especially if the door is made out of wood. The door panels should be free of any signs of separation of materials from inside and outside of the garage with the door fully closed. Check the condition of the door panels. Check the panels for being square and level. And here's a short video. Okay, let's go to step number 3. Warning labels. The garage doors should have the following warning labels. There are 4 of them. A spring warning label attached to the spring assembly or the back of the door panel. A general warning label attached to the back of the door panel. A warning label near the wall control button. And 2 warning labels attached to the door in the vicinity of the bottom corner brackets. Some newer doors have tamper-resistant bottom corner brackets that don't require these warning labels. Let's go to the next step. Springs and hardware. Close the door and check the springs for damage. If a spring is broken, operating the door can cause serious injury or death, so don't do it. Do not operate the door if there is any kind of damage. Visually check the door's hinges, brackets, and fasteners. If the door has an opener, the door must have an opener reinforcement bracket that is securely attached to the door's top section. The header bracket of the door opener rail must be securely attached to the wall or header using lag bolts or concrete anchors. All right, let's go to step 5. Door operation. Close the door. If the door has an opener, pull the manual release to disconnect the door from the opener. Lift and operate the door. If the door is hard to lift, then it's clearly out of balance. It should be very easy with the fingertips to lift a garage door. This is an unsafe condition if you can't lift the door. Raise the door to the fully open position, then close the door. The door should move freely, and it should open and close without difficulty. As the door operates, make sure that the rollers stay in their track. The door should stay in the fully open position. The door should stay in a partially open position about 3 to 4 feet above the garage door level. So disconnect, open it. It should stay open. Bring it down about 3/4 of the way, let's say halfway, and it should stay there. Reconnect the door opener if present. This is generally done simply by activating the garage door opener with the button. Check the door handles and gripping points. There should be a door handle or a grippable point on both the inside and the outside of the door. These handles should be clear of all pinch points. Again, with the door fully closed, pull the manual release to disconnect the door from the operator. Without straining yourself, manually lift the door by grasping the door in a safe place where your fingers cannot be pinched or injured. Raise the door to the fully open position, then lower to the halfway position, check it, and then close the door. Spring containment is step 6. The counterbalance system is usually comprised of torsion springs mounted above the door header or extension springs, which are usually found on the horizontal track above your head. When springs break, containment helps to prevent broken parts from flying all over the place and causing serious injury. Torsion springs are already mounted on a shaft, which inherently provides containment. If the door has extension springs, verify that spring containment is present, and that means extension springs should be contained by a secure cable, a steel cable that runs through the center of the springs. Let's take a look at the video. And these garage doors are actually in the House of Horrors, and there are no containment cables within the extension springs. So this is a serious defect. Okay, let's take a look at the next step. That's the wall push button. Fairly simple. The wall push button should be at least 5 feet above the standing surface and high enough out of the reach of children. So just press the button to see if it successfully operates the door. Step 8, the location of the photoelectric eyes. Federal law states that residential garage door openers manufactured after 1992 must be equipped with photoelectric eyes or some safety device that auto-reverses the door, and it meets a certain standard. Check to see if photoelectric eyes are installed. The vertical distance between the photo eye beam and the floor should be no more than 6 inches. Step 9 is the non-contact reversal test. Standing inside the garage, but safely away from the path of the door, use the remote control or the wall button to close the door. And as the door is closing, wave an object in the path of the photoelectric eye beam, such as a 2x4. The door should automatically reverse. Let's take a look at the video. And in the video, I use my foot. Be careful if you're going to use your foot. Okay, last step is step 10. That's the contact reversal test. InterNACHI does not recommend using your hands or a part of your body in order to conduct a contact reversal test. But here's what it is. When the garage door contacts a 2x4 wooden board laying flat, does the door automatically reverse direction and return to the fully open position? So begin this test with the door fully open. Under the center of the door, place a 1.5 inches thick object such as a 2x4, like a piece of wood lying flat, in the path of the door. Standing inside the garage and safely away from the path of the door, use the remote control or wall button to close the door. The door should automatically reverse after coming in contact with the board lying flat. This contact reversal test is controversial for many home inspectors because home inspectors perform visual-only inspections. So let's take a look at the video. So that worked out well. So that's your 10-step inspection procedure, basic checklist on how to inspect a garage door in a home that's attached to an automatic garage door opener. Stay safe.